Have you seen the Mike Tyson
He's
video?
like 65.
Mike Tyson's coming back.
What?
Yes, you haven't seen? Dude.
No.
Okay, go to Mike Tyson's page for his most recent video on his Instagram. Get ready for this.
Oh, really?
Get ready for this, because he looks f***ing sensational.
At 58 years old, Mike Tyson, one of the most feared and iconic boxers in history, continues to astonish the world with his unparalleled power and intensity. In a recent video that surfaced online, Tyson is seen sparring with his usual fury, throwing punches that are just as lethal as they were during his prime.
Nice left hook. Up.
What's good for today?
Sure?
Yeah.
Yes. You fucking sure? Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. You sure? Yeah. Fucking it, all right? Let's do this. We're done.
But this time, the reaction to his training wasn't just from fans. It came from none other than Joe Rogan, a man who's watched countless fighters and analyzed their strengths over the years. On a recent episode of his popular podcast, Joe Rogan couldn't contain his surprise after watching the footage of Tyson in the ring.
He looks incredible.
Really?
Terrifying. Dude,
He was so terrible.
But
Was
wait
there
till you see
anything more
this.
exciting than his fights?
They were a cultural event.
Oh my God.
As a seasoned UFC commentator and someone who's seen the highest level of athleticism in combat sports, Rogan's reaction spoke volumes. Tyson's raw power and speed seemed almost unreal for a man of his age. Joe Rogan said, "When I saw that clip of Mike Tyson hitting those pads, I was absolutely blown away. This man is 58 years old, but the way he moves, the power in his punches, it's insane."
Look at this.
Right.
You needed volume so you can hear this too.
Whoa.
I mean, what in the
Oh my God.
dude? He looks like old.
Speed, the intensity, it's like watching a lion in its prime. And don't let the gray hair fool you. This man is a living legend, and he's still got it. Rogan's comparison to a lion in its prime wasn't just an exaggeration. It was a testament to the primal, explosive power Tyson still possesses, a force that many thought would be diminished by age. For Rogan, this wasn't just another fighter showing off his old skills, it was a glimpse into the relentless ferocity of a champion who has never truly lost his edge. What really stunned Rogan, however, was Tyson's ability to still generate such immense power in his punches. It wasn't just that Tyson looked sharp, it was the sheer force with which he threw each punch. For a man who's been through wars in the ring, taking his body to the brink during his heyday, his ability to move with such speed and land with such force was an extraordinary feat. Joe Rogan said there's a moment in the video where Tyson throws a punch, and it's so fast, so powerful, that it nearly knocks his trainer back. You can see the trainer brace himself, but that punch, it's not just the speed, it's the weight behind it. Even for someone who's been hit by some of the best in the game, that punch could be a game changer. That's not something you see from just any fighter at 58. Rogan went on to emphasize the rarity of such power, pointing out that Tyson's body had been through decades of wear and tear, yet he still maintained the core strength that made him one of the most dangerous boxers of all time.
Funny.
Oh my
He
God.
said on the podcast when he was in here, he said he didn't want to work out again because his ego would get fired up again.
Uh-huh.
And he's actually said that in his post that my ego had been reignited.
Tyson's ability to generate such force at his age is not only remarkable, it's a testament to his incredible genetics, determination, and commitment to staying in peak physical condition. But while Tyson's strength continues to dazzle, there's a real question on everyone's mind. Can this power still translate into victory? Tyson's upcoming fight with social media star turned boxer Jake Paul is creating a whirlwind of hype, and Rogan was quick to point out how dangerous Tyson still is, especially for an opponent like Paul. Joe Rogan said Jake Paul's no slouch. He's a solid boxer for his age and experience, and he's put in the work. But Mike Tyson? He's a different beast. When I watch him spar at 58, I don't see just a man, he's a force of nature. Jake's gonna be in the ring with a guy who can still hit harder than almost anyone. Tyson's not just trying to prove a point to himself, he's trying to show the world that legends never fade away. Rogan's warning for Jake Paul was clear. Even though Paul has taken on some notable opponents in the boxing world, Tyson's power and experience could prove to be too much. While Jake Paul may have youth and stamina on his side,
Movement's great, agility is great.
13, 14, breathe.
Conditioning is amazing, power is unbelievable. That was the best we've seen him yet.
Tyson's legendary ability to read opponents and land devastating punches could turn the fight on its head in an instant. But it's not just Tyson's physical prowess that should have Paul worried. Tyson's mindset is as fierce as ever. In recent interviews, Tyson has explained that his desire to return to the ring isn't about money or fame. It's about proving something to himself and the world. His mental resilience is as strong as his punches, and that determination could be what ultimately makes him such a dangerous opponent, even in his 50s. Mike Tyson said, "I'm not here for the fame or the money. I'm here because this is who I am. Boxing is in my blood. I've been doing this since I was a kid, and I'm not going to let age stop me from showing the world that Mike Tyson is still the baddest man on the planet."
He's beating former UFC world champions like Tyron Woodley. You know, he had that very good fight with Tommy Fury, who's a legitimate boxer, you know, which was a very good fight. You know, he just beat up Mike Perry, who's a bare knuckle champion. I mean, he's a real fighter. He can fight. He can, and if Mike Tyson and him.
Tyson's mentality and work ethic have always set him apart. It's what drove him to the top of the boxing world and kept him there for years. Now, even at 58, that same mentality is what drives him to prove that, no matter the years, some things never change. However, Rogan was also quick to point out that Tyson's age isn't something to ignore. As physically gifted as he may still be, the human body is not designed to endure the kind of punishment boxing requires over decades. Tyson's body has already been through wars, and the risk of injury is very real. But Tyson, ever the competitor, has shown no signs of backing down. Joe Rogan said the risk is massive, and I'm sure Mike knows that. But this is Mike Tyson we're talking about. He's faced the worst of the worst, and he's still standing. That kind of mental toughness, that's something Jake Paul has to respect. As the fight between Tyson and Paul inches closer, the boxing world is on edge. Will Tyson's experience and raw power be enough to overcome the younger, faster Jake Paul? Or will Paul's hunger and energy prove to be the deciding factor?
Don't charge at me, Tyson.
One thing is for sure, this will be a fight that fans will talk about for years to come. Joe Rogan said you just never know with Mike Tyson. He's the guy who changed boxing. And if he lands one clean punch, it's over. November 15th, a date that will go down in boxing history. AT&T Stadium will be the stage for a fight that has the world talking. On one side, we have the former heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson, a man whose name is synonymous with power, fear, and dominance. On the other, Jake Paul, a social media sensation turned boxer who has carved a name for himself with controversial fights and an unrelenting drive to prove himself. The stage is set, the stakes are high, and the anticipation is palpable. As the countdown to the fight continues, the excitement has been building at a fever pitch. Fans of both fighters are eagerly awaiting this clash of generations, a contest that pits Tyson's legendary status against Jake Paul's youthful energy. Social media is abuzz with predictions, debates, and hype. But behind the excitement, boxing experts are voicing concerns and analyzing the risks involved for both fighters. Okay guys, for the best updates on boxing news, moments, events, and actions, subscribe to Knockout Updates and turn on notifications to never miss out on quality content, and check out our other videos. Until next time, peace out.